Top story. One of the most important meetings in the leading tourism sector is now on at the Hilton Hotel. The 2016 State of the Tourism Industry Conference got underway last evening with the official opening ceremony. And our Shane Jones reports.
Barbados.
The three-day conference is an opportunity for stakeholders and interested parties to meet, discuss and collaborate on ways of developing and maintaining a sustainable tourism product. The conference is being held under the theme Honoring Our Legacy, Defining Our Future. The opening ceremony began with a digital presentation of flags and CTO member states. It continued with a presentation of the commemorative broken trident to Barbados Tourism Minister, the Honorable Richard Seeley, in recognition of Barbados' 50th year of independence. Songstress Nikita then beautifully rendered the Barbados national anthem.
Strict guardians of a heritage, firm craftsmen of our fate.
CTO General Secretary Hugh Riley sought to define the current state of Caribbean tourism.
The short answer is that it is encouraging, but nowhere near where we should be if we are to recognize and realize our full potential. According to our CTO research department, the Caribbean is on track for another banner year of arrivals.
Featured speaker, the Honorable Richard Seeley, noted that the conference came at an opportune time for tourism destinations like ours.
There is at present a buzz about the Caribbean as an ideal holiday and business destination. So we have an important opportunity to reflect more intently on the paths we wish to follow and to create unique experiences while ensuring the sustainability of our industry.
While the Caribbean has a strong tourism legacy, it must keep changing with the times.
Today now we have tourists who are more curious, who want to have a local experience. The new focus is the focus on the experience that is being seen by indeed the budget traveler, but the luxury traveler and all travelers.
Minister Seeley said that tourism has been one of the most resilient sectors in the region, fighting off stiff competition from other regions like the Pacific, Asia, the Middle East, and even North Africa.
It is therefore, in my opinion, very encouraging that in the face of all of this, the region saw 28.7 million visitors in 2015. That was an increase of 7% over 2014, and in fact was a record in terms of number of arrivals to the region. 2016 is pacing ahead of 2015, and for the first time we will see 30 million visitors to the region.
The three-day conference ends tomorrow. Shane Jones, CBC News.
Well, territories in the region have been warned against relying on the sun, sea and sand model for marketing. Chief Executive Officer of Sandals Resorts International, Adam Stewart, says the model has served us well in the past. However, he says while it has carried the industry through difficult times, now is not the time to be complacent.
Beyond the current implication of Zika, the Brexit, Canadian stagnation, a US presidential election, the recent loss of the travel dollar to the Rio Games, the macro outlook for travel to the Caribbean remains strong. And so it's easy to be complacent, to continue to exploit what has worked so well for so long. This is what got us here, but the explosion of technology has made the world a very small place. Exposure through social media is reveling a truth that cannot be ignored. There are many beautiful beaches in the world, and not all of them are here with us in the Caribbean.
Mr. Stewart was giving the feature address at the general session of the State of the Tourism Industry Conference. He also encouraged more private and public sector collaboration among the territories to enhance further development of the industry.
The real roll-up of your sleeves teamwork has to take place between the private and public sectors, and I'm here to say it's actually happening. With renewed energy and robust dialogue, Private-public partnerships are the new phenomenon that is fostering the very traditional values of trust and mutual respect that make lasting development possible. We have to do more. We have more to do. But these partnerships are making real progress in establishing a framework for success, understanding that private sector will assume the risks that are required for reward, and that government will be a committed, trusted, and long-term partner in the process.
Well, for most Barbadians, relaxing at the spa is somewhat of a luxury, but one of the island's all-inclusive resorts is this week reporting that it's more affordable than we think. Sandals Resorts is reminding Barbadians that its doors are open to the public, and not only that, it's been voted one of the top spas in the world.
It may be all-inclusive, but Sandals Barbados says its services are not exclusive to just guests. In fact, the resort sales manager Dana Gilbert says most people are surprised to hear about the services they can enjoy even without booking a room, like at their Red Lane Spa.
Very good deals. You walk into the spa, you technically get 50% off all treatments. All you need to do is call into our spa, make a reservation. And the refreshing thing, like I mentioned about our packages, is that you're not only entitled to using the spa, you could couple it with a nice breakfast package or a lunch package, or you could also do a dinner package, evening package, day packages.
This month, the Barbados Spa was named the Best Resort Spa at the 2016 World Spa Awards for the second consecutive year. Assistant Manager Marissa Hope says great service and an authentic spa experience gave them the win.
We have a service called A Sense of Love, which is one of our couples experiences. And at the beginning, we take you on a sensory journey. And if you get the chance to look around the spa, you'll see different colors. And each of these colors represent a fragrance. And each fragrance represents a particular region where Sandals is operating. So, you know, we embody everything so that you can enjoy.
And Sandals General Manager Fernand Ziffinger promises even more options when Sandals' 220 new rooms and additional spa open just next door.
Besides providing more facilities, of course, for us, the spa is very important. We're adding a brand new spa. We call it a Red Lane Spa Sanctuary. It's 25 treatment rooms, salon, saunas, quiet zones where you can sit in nature. With beautiful grown trees and quiet, really nice area.
The new facilities are expected to finish in November next year. Denise Blackman, CBC News.
Well, Barbados markets itself as a clean and safe destination, but a number of repeat visitors are saying the island is getting dirtier with each visit. The feedback, according to Marsha Aline, manager of the Clean BIM Special Project of the Barbados Tourism Product Authority, came as they conducted focus groups. She says these comments should serve as an indicator to Barbadians that the practice of indiscriminate dumping has to stop.
We want to change the behavior patterns of every single Barbadian so that we have to do less cleanup, so that people understand that there's a level of responsibility that is meted out to every single Barbadian citizen, that each time you actually put debris in the ocean or you actually discard something, that it will actually have a negative effect in the long run. And yes, we are a tourism-dependent nation, but even more importantly, for every single citizen that lives in Barbados, I think we all enjoy the beaches. And the fact that we enjoy the beaches, we want to ensure that we leave a great, pristine beach.
The Member of Parliament for St. James South has highlighted garbage collection as a major concern. Donville Innes, who is also the Commerce Minister, says the garbage pileup affecting the island may call for a community response. And he was speaking during that Constituency Council's annual town hall meeting at the Queen's College.
I'm very mindful of the challenge of the Sanitation Service Authority, and as their minister, others have been trying to do their best on these circumstances. But I certainly like the council here, as other councils in the island ought to do, and that is to help us get engaged in a recycling program, get involved in the education of the public and constituents in terms of the need to pay more attention to the packaging material you purchase, separating of garbage, recycling wherever possible. Because at the end of the day, if we're to have a healthy and cleaner environment, we need to have a lot more like this done at the community level.
During the meeting, the Constituency Council's Chairman, Tyrone Lowe, reported on work done over a 9-month period in the areas of sports, education, security, and the environment. And Mr. Innes congratulated the Council's work and reminded members to serve all constituents, regardless of their political affiliation.
Whilst the Council was conceptualized and implemented under the Democratic Labour Party administration, I hold very firm the view that its work must in no way, shape or fashion be seen to be partisan. Of course, if as an MP you benefit, that's fine and dandy. But I don't think that it ought to be seen as a extension of any political organization, but really and truly ought to be reflective of the demands and the demographics of the constituency in particular.
Stay with us. We'll have more news right after the break.
Don't let your data experience slow you down. Step up to Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network, more than twice as fast as the slow network. Get more with Digicel. Digicel, the fastest 4G network in Barbados. Dial *153# to sign up to Digicel today.
Winning a fabulous Miami shopping spree is in the cards. Use any Scotiabank credit card for all your everyday shopping, dining out, and more. You'll earn chances to win a trip for 2 to Miami, including round-trip airfare and $1,000 in cash. The more you use your card, the more chances to win. So pay with any Scotiabank credit card today. Need a card? Apply now to get a welcome bonus, plus more chances to win. Contest ends September 30th. Conditions apply.
This Sunday on The People's Business.
Gun violence, its impact on our communities, the risk factors, and the cost to our nation.
You can email us at talk@cbc.bb.
The People's Business, made possible by our partners, Solar Dynamics, the most efficient solar hot water system.
Something special starts with a Scotia Plan loan. Like a family vacation. Or sending the kids off to university. Or trading in your old wheels for new ones. A Scotia Plan loan from Scotiabank is the ideal plan for anything you want to make happen. Choose the amount you need and the repayment terms that suit you best. Apply before September 15th at your nearest branch for special loan rates. Something special starts with a Scotia Plan loan. Conditions apply.
There has been a call for a review of the chicken import quota. This from Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agricultural Society, James Paul. He refuted claims that the BAS had called for a complete ban of chicken imports, but he says the current effect of the quota on local farmers needs to be examined.
It was never the BAS's call to ban entirely the importation of chicken wings. It was never. What was our concern is the current levels, because what we have noticed is that the levels went up from a certain prescribed period around 2007. It increased, right? And since that time when those levels began to increase, it's had an impact.
Mr. Paul was speaking to the media at a press conference at the BAS headquarters. He says the influx of imported chicken is putting Barbadians out of work.
We don't understand that when we bring in 140,000 or 100,000 pounds of product, we employ people, I agree, but we employ people somewhere out of the United States, overseas, where we put in agents who could be producing that chicken out of job opportunities, right? Now, all we are asking for is to revisit the quota.
And the BAS will be having its annual general meeting at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre on Saturday, September 17th. Mr. Paul says he expects an increased turnout by the farmers due to the current issues in the industry. Police are looking for the driver who hit a pedestrian this morning but didn't stop. That accident happened around 20 minutes past 4 along Map Hill Road in St. Michael near the service station. 40-year-old Tyrone Alexander of Ellerton St. George was walking along the road when he was struck on his hand and knocked to the ground by a white Toyota car. He was treated on the scene by personnel from the ambulance service and then opted to seek private medical attention. Now, police want anyone who can provide any information about this incident to contact the police emergency number 211 or the nearest police station. Well, the National Union of Public Workers is denying a deal has been struck with the Barbados Revenue Authority. Acting Assistant General Secretary Wayne Waldron says they've heard that this is being circulated. He cleared the air on the claim, saying negotiations between the NUPW and the BRA are still ongoing.
We wish to state, since negotiations are ongoing and there are a number of matters need to be addressed in connection with officers in the Custom and Essex Department, we have not signed any collective agreement with the Barbados Revenue Authority. So we wish to state again, the National Union of Public Workers is still negotiating. There are still matters related to terms and conditions of service of officers in the Custom.
The National Youth Awards is being reintroduced. Youth Minister Stephen Lashley says the event returns to the national calendar for the first time since 2005, and he outlined some of the plans.
The program was subjected to very stringent review. We felt we should review it. We should have the correct criteria, and that we should design an awards program that is meaningful and connect in a more realistic way to Barbadian youth. So we're going to bring that back. We're going to have that on, the ceremony will be on Sunday, January the 29th next year. But in the interim, we'll be giving all eligible persons a 3-month period to complete and submit their nominations. We will invite, of course, nominations from the public very shortly. Nomination forms will be available here at the ministry, or they may be downloaded from the Division of Youth website at youthaffairs.gov.bb. Invitations will also be sent to schools and organizations.
And the Youth Awards will be held in January next year. The outreach to students in need of school supplies continues, this with a donation of 2,000 exercise books each to the Nightingale Children's Village and the St. Stephen's, Deacons and Eagle Hall primary schools. The donation is part of an initiative from the St. Michael Northwest Development Foundation to provide support to members of the constituency. MP for the area and Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair made the presentation to officials at the village and the primary schools. He says it's in response to the needs of families in the community.
During the course of the year, the staff would be speaking to people and we would see what is more needed than the other. Before we used to just bring stuff and give it up. But working with the parents, we are able now to be a little bit more accurate in terms of both numbers, but also in terms of requirements. So some people may need school uniforms, but they may not necessarily need bags. Or they may not necessarily need shoes. Some may need shoes, but they may not need school uniform. So we kind of diversify it now.
And the foundation has also donated 150 cash vouchers for school supplies to families in the area. Well, still to come, a look at some of the stories making headlines across our region. Stay with us.
Peoples,